nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Green Bay Packers. Carry now for A.J. Dillon. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Now a run to Dillon. Not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Ball carrier.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 32.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Off the play fake. Carter. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Here's Carter from the gun on 3rd down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress, and I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
A 41-yard punt there with no return, and it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. to shake off the interception from the last drive, he'll look to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. The end result, 21 yards. Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before, because over the course of a game, the good players, things turn out pretty well for them, and that's what he's trying to do here.
Yeah, maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming, pick them up, and someone jumped.
The false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
2nd and 15. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Back to throw again. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
1st down, Denver.
Now a carry for Dillon. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile. Stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now he dumps this off over the middle. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. He wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Looking to throw. Carter. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
The tackle made.
And that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
On second down, Dillon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
A gain of 15. First down, Broncos.
No score after one on EA Sports.
No score.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll set up to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season as his guys are on the board first here tonight. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos.
Makes the score Broncos 7, Packers nothing.
McCann's got it teed up. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
Justin Tucker is set to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up the first down.
They'll run on first down. Dillon. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Second and 11.
2nd and 11. They'll look to throw. On the move to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Number 85.
That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
And the Broncos first down.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. On play action, they'll throw. And this is caught at the 8. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. He got 29 yards that time. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Dillon. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal as some good running there gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the Packers' 2-yard line.
They'll try and pound it in with Dillon. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A.J. Dillon, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos have taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Packers take over 1st and 10.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 41 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On the counter, here's Jones. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Carter. He's got his man on the crossing route. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 23.
1st and 10.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as strong running gets them to the 9-yard line. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun. Carter eluding the pressure right. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Off the bootleg. Carter out to his left. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for and taken.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It got his man complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Broncos have broken the tie.
The kick.
And he's able to put it through.
Makes the score Broncos 21. Packers 14.
McCann's got it teed up. Taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Samson Abukum just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the gun, Carter. He's going to look downfield for Henry. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And that's knocked away and incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Take it at the 37. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. They'll roll him out right. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup there. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's third.
And 3 yards to go.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he will have a Broncos first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. They'll look to throw again. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Steps away to his left. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. So on 3rd down, a field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, a chip shot here. McCann's kick up and good. And that will extend their lead even further. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
4 seconds, all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead in the locker room as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Set to kick off.
The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the 3rd quarter. Fielded in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
The ball carrier.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That catch good for only a couple.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Back to throw is Carter on third down. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off. Whoa!
It still won't go down. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory. Down at the 33. Looking to throw. Carter. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Devon Hamilton able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard.
At the 34-yard line.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Carter. And he's going to go down again. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
So once again, they dial up the pressure and get home and get a sack. It brings up a 3rd and long, but it's really not an unmakeable one, especially considering they just gave up back-to-back sacks.
Going up top. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and this is back down to a 7-point game. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Set to kick off.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The drive starts with a carry by Dillon, and they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
He'll buy some time right, and he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds, because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And incomplete here to bring up 4th down as the rookie couldn't haul it in. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of, they've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Here I come again. Here I come again.
From the gun, Carter. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7.
Operating from the gun, Carter. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
A pair of 1st downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Jones, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. From the gun, Carter. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds, so this will go only as incomplete.
I think when they get back in the huddle, the question will be, why did you throw that one? The coverage was incredible all over him. The only thing he didn't do after he caught the ball as a defender was get his feet in bounds. That should have been a turnover.
He's going to sling this deep downfield and unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now it's Dillon. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
14-yard line. A gain of 7. 1st down, Broncos.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Yetur Gross-Matos. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. The play fake. He'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could going to turn this thing upside down. So a challenge is upon us. I tell you, close game, fourth quarter. This is a huge decision.
Oh, no doubt about that, partner. A lot has to be riding on this call. And you know it is a tight one because it has to be indisputable visual evidence in order to change it. Now here's the big question. Do they actually have that evidence?
We're about to find out. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Carter off the play fake. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
3-yard line.
Here's Jones. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
The ball carrier.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Carter now. Off play action. Sliding out of the pocket. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch.
But we know he has pretty good hands on display there. In fact, he only needed one of them.
Yeah, nowadays, all these receivers work on this, right? They do the one-handed catches off the machine in practice. They do it with their quarterbacks. They do it contested, uncontested. They make it part of their repertoire.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones, and he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. That'll put him close to 100 yards receiving. He's at 98, and he's got a first down. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Oh, that's about as tough as they come. You're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone and tie the game, and that happens.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you have that defense, you just had a big, big game, didn't you?
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Back to throw. Carter over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards that time.
At the 28-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Carter. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Now Carter going to throw again. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, and it'll bring up third down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
Here's Carter throwing on fourth down. And no, it's incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Broncos will take over on downs.
Is a turnover on downs.
They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards there and a first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Tonight's final.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.